And welcome to the 4:30 winter storm update. This will be the last update I'm going to make for a little while. I have to get a little rest here. We're looking at the radar right now, and you can see that there's a band of snow that is still having trouble making it into parts of Suffolk County, especially the eastern half. Um, as you can see, so this is the radar from Brookhaven Labs, OKX, New York Weather Service, Upton. Now we're going to move south. I'm a little tired, so I might be a little slower than normal. You can see there's some really nice heavy precipitation that is now coming in along the southern tip here of Jersey. And I have a feeling that some of this may be sleet. Just guessing here that it might be sleet. And we're really seeing some heavier precipitation move in. And now we're starting to get into the thick of the storm. Like I said, around dawn, we're going to be getting into the thick of the storm with heavy snow. Within the entire, well, it's having trouble getting into Suffolk, though. But the storm is trending much further north and west than I anticipated, and than many of the models anticipated. And you can see here there's some really heavy precipitation, though. But south of that, it appears that there is a dry slot. So it's just this radar, by the way, is from the Mount Holly, Fort Dix. And you can see here that there is some drying. But however, you notice that storm's starting to slow down a little bit because it's starting to intensify. And you can see the drying here. But what we're concerned about as the storm forms that classic comet shape, where these snow bands set up, where do they set up? So we're going to look now at our precip type radar. And you'll see that the rain snow line is getting close now to the Jersey Shore. It's definitely made it through the southern part of Maryland. It's getting close to the Jersey Shore, but it's not going to go much further west. I think that we're going to see the rain snow line make it as far, pretty much from coastal ocean down into coastal Atlantic County, basically right along the coast. I think that these areas of interior central New Jersey are going to be where these bands are going to set up. From basically, if you draw a line from DCA all the way down, I hate to say it, but I think it's going to extend now into Long Island because of the further northward movement of the storm. I think that the western portions of Long Island are going to be in that heavy snow zone that we are going to get into, especially as the storm pivots and forms that classic comet shape. It'd be nice if some of this more warmer air would get in here, but I don't really see it making it this far north here on Long Island. That could be proven wrong, but I think it'll help coastal, Ocean County a little bit, but I just don't see it helping us that much. That's for sure. Now let's look at the satellite. All right, this is a close-up of the storm here. I'll put it in loop here. You can see it's starting to form that classic comet shape. And you can also see, if you note here, look at the convection going on. I should actually look at the lightning detection. But look at the convection going on here. There's a lot of convection. Look at that. And we'll go to the bigger picture here. You'll see this storm is really getting its act together now. And the coastal is forming right here. Right here. So it's getting itself together. I still think it's going to be moving a little faster than we anticipated. Moving faster, further north, further west than we anticipated. But it doesn't change. It's going to change some things, obviously. I do want to look at that lightning, so just give me a minute. And I'm going to look at that lightning. Because I really do want to look at that. Let's look at that for a moment. Let's see what we got here. Let's see how that convection. It's going to take a little bit to pop up here sometimes. See, there are a couple of strikes offshore. The question is anyone going to get thunder snow? That is the question. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going to go to my forecast here. Well, it seems like there's actually less convection going on. I mean, there was a lot more dots on this earlier when we saw this, so it's kind of interesting. Expected more. But anyway, this is my forecast. Unfortunately, I had to up the totals again. Not happy about it, but because of the different direction. Basically, I thought this would be further south. It's not further south. I do think there's going to be mixing issues with rain, coastal, Ocean County. So I think you might get lucky and get a foot or well, it depends where. Toms River is sort of on that line. I think Toms River itself will see a foot, and then as you head toward the coast here, say, Atlantic City, you may only get about 8 or 9 inches. Now, the heaviest snow band I have extended now further west into central New Jersey. Well, this has more or less stayed the same with the 18 to 25. However, I think that it's now going to be 12 to 18 inches, unfortunately, for New York City and Nassau County. And over the eastern part of Long Island, the snow seems to have a little trouble because the high got this strong high pressure. It's kind of like keeping the snow from really falling too much over there. It's stuck right. I think they may get off with a little less than a foot. All right, so I don't think they're going to get off with that much. And then as you go north into northern Connecticut, I think it goes down fast. But basically, if you follow my mouse, this is where I think the band is going to set up. Right here is where the heaviest bands are going to set up. Right in this area, right here. All right. So in this area where I'm circling is where the heavier snow is going to fall. And the core of it is going to be in this area right here. That's where I think the bands are going to set up by the way the storm looks right now. And so that's pretty much what I think. Let's go back to that lightning detectors, see if there's any more going on here, any more lightning strikes. No, I don't know. The convection is dying off, and I thought it would be picking up. I'm kind of surprised. There was a lot more lightning on this earlier. So I don't know. Maybe the storm is not going to be as strong as anticipated. I don't know, but one of the concerns that we were talking a lot about the snow, but obviously the wind is the other concern. And while there hasn't been many power outages here, actually we hardly have any less than 5 here on Long Island, if we go into JCP&L's territory, you could see that it's starting to light up a little bit here with some power outages going on along the coast mainly. These don't look like too big of outages. Let's see if we got, oh yeah, well, that's pretty big. 501 to 1500, so there's some outages down on Ortley Beach, and it's even worse down here in the Atlantic City electric territory. Oh boy, there's all going on, outages all over the place here. So there's starting to be a lot of power outages down here. And this is because the wind is very bad. And get some winds going here. Let's see if we can so you get some these high winds. They're starting to knock down power lines. You also may have the mixing with ice issues going on. This is also going to be a heavy wet snow in a lot of these areas. And it's going to stick to the power lines and the trees and bring them down. So that's why it could be some outages too. I want to show you the winds that is going on right now with this, because the wind is actually very impressive with this. Even if we don't get a blockbuster snow, we're going to be seeing some high winds. I'm talking like 50-mile-an-hour winds at least. In fact, we can look at some observations and show you what these winds are like. I can look at some observations right now and show you what some of these winds are like down in Atlantic City, for instance. Northeast at 32, gusting to 46. That's pretty strong winds right there. And if we go down here to this area, 36 with light sea, it's already above freezing down at Sussex County Airport in Delaware. But, I'm sorry, I said snowing at 36. I think it's raining there according to that thing. But anyway, look at the wind. Northeast at 36, gusting to 52. So the winds are very strong. And that's the thing I wanted to point out to you, because if we go ahead and look at some traffic cameras, you'll see what I'm talking about with these winds. I'm going to try to pick a good one here. Well, this one looks good. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Dover Downs. It's snowing there. This is further north in Kent County. But there was some good wind gusts. Maybe it was over here. You could really see the winds blowing on some of these cameras, and I wanted to really point it out to you. Let's see, so maybe this one. Oh yeah, see how it's shaking around there? That's the wind doing that. That's Rehoboth Beach right there. You can see that it's raining though and not snowing. The road is wet down there, but look at the way that wind is blowing. It's moving the camera around. That's not me. That's the wind. So you can see there's a lot of wind down there going on, and the wind is really going to be causing some problems along the coast. Erosions, flooding, all that stuff. And power outages, And now we look at New Jersey, and the wind's going here too, and I want to point that out too on some of these cameras. Let's see if we can get some of these to work. Sometimes they don't want to work, and this one does not want to work. We'll try to find one that works. Yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty bad there. First of all, the camera's covered in snow, so yeah, they're getting pounded down in Toms River right now with some pretty heavy snow. So it's going to accumulate a lot tonight down there. I think, by the morning, there's going to be a lot of snow on the ground. I'm just trying to get a better camera. If we can find one to show you the wind, because I was looking at, you can't really see anything because of the snow. But the wind, trust me, the wind is up there. It's up there quite a bit. And I wanted to really point it out. But unfortunately, all these cameras are covered with snow, so I can't really do anything about it. Let's see if this one is working. Oh, here we go. All right, so this one you can see out of. You can see the conditions. We'll see again. Look at the camera moving around. You can see the wind is really whipping. This is really, blizzard conditions. Even if you don't get blockbuster snow, wind, blowing snow. Very, very little visibility, zero visibility. That's what defines a blizzard. That's what you have there. And you can just see the wind just moving everything around down there. And this is in Seaside Heights. So, yeah, that's what's going on. So we got our winter storm in progress in the area. This is going to be my last update, but, until tomorrow. But stay safe out there. We'll just look at that radar one more time here. We've got some heavy precipitation coming in now. I think you're going to probably see some mixing with sleet. And I'll put some sample snow totals in the description. There's going to be very tight gradients. You could go 5 miles and there'll be a lot less snow, and you go 5 miles to the west and there could be a lot more snow. So you'll see that in some of the sample snow totals. Take it easy. Be safe.